Good afternoon everybody, Dave Cottam here and welcome to Making the Shift Live here Tuesday night. We do this every single Tuesday here live on Facebook, so thanks for coming in and checking this out. So tonight, topic, Be the Miracle. It's a quote that I saw that really kind of touched me and meant something to me. So I thought we'd kind of chat about that a little bit tonight. But first, a quote that I saw this week that I posted that I really quite like is one from Gary Vaynerchuk, and it says, "It makes no sense why people think that at 18, 22 or 30 that they have their life figured out by then. Figuring everything out is a forever game." And I really like that. One of the things that I really love about life and the way that we do everything is literally looking at things and saying that this is a forever game. Learning is something that we do forever. It's not something that we ever stop. There's a great thing that we say that you're either growing or you're dying. So learning is an endless cycle of life, especially for someone like myself, that what we're always wanting to do is keep on growing, keep on developing. There's always going to be new things to do. So I look and go, why would you ever want to have everything figured out? Because the minute that you feel like you've got everything figured out, well, you're going to stop. You're then going to sit in your comfort zone and potentially not really continue to try and grow, continue to try and do more from life. So I think that's an awesome quote from Gary Vee, something that I really love. And something that I just think is such a good mantra to take from life to keep on growing. So as you're coming on, guys, do say hello. Flick me a message, flick me a thumbs up, say hello. If you come on these regularly, please do share. It'd be fantastic if you pass this out so that more people can see it. And really help us to grow and get more people to see these videos, basically. So another quote that I saw this week, invest in your passion, become the best of the world at it. That's from Jay Shetty. Now, the purpose of all of these videos that we do, all of these webinars and a lot of the training that we do within Making the Shift is really just trying to inspire everybody to make some change in their life. Whether it be a small change or a big change. Literally just starting to take some action to make your life be what it is that you want it to be, for your life to become, what it is that you dreamed of, what makes you happy, what gives you that passion in life. All too commonly for me, I think that, what a lot of us do, we're not investing in ourselves, we're not doing the things that make our heart happy. We're not following the things that we love about life. All too commonly, we're doing things that other people want. We get pushed off track along life. So really important to look and think, what is it that you really want to do? What is it that you want to be? And it doesn't have to be a millionaire. It doesn't have to be about cars and boats and planes and whatever else. It could literally just be you wanting to be the best mum in the world, to be the best dad in the world. You could literally just want to be, someone who's happy, who spends time with your family, that gets to see the kids grow up. For me, that's really all that I'm bothered about. I want to be the best father. I want to be a father who's at home with my family. I want to be a father who's here supporting my wife. I want to be around my kids so that they can learn the lessons that I want to teach them. So I can take them to travel, so we can see the world. That's it for me. And everything that I've done, everything that my dreams have been, is literally to put me in a position to be at home, to be working at home so that I can be around my daughter as much as possible, hopefully a son one day, and that we can live an awesome life together, and that's it. And everything that I've had as a dream for the last 5 years has all been about making that happen. So what is it that you want? What is it that you want from life, and how can you become the person that achieves that? Another great quote, that you only need one dream to chase, one dream to catch. One thing to make all of the hard work worth it. To create that thrill of the chase so that you enjoy your life. You enjoy what it is that you're doing. You enjoy the hard work. And all you've got to do is build your life one dream at a time. Funnily enough, that's one of mine. There's not many often I use my own quotes, but that's something that came from me. And I thoroughly believe that is all that you need. You just need one dream to chase. And your dream could be a guy that I know who's one of my best mentors. His whole dream and his whole life and his purpose in life and his drive was based on a girl who knocked him back when he was a teenager. You know, she didn't go for him and she went for the other guy that had the fancy sports car. This is when they were young. And all of his drive when he was younger was to be successful. Why? So that he could buy this specific Mercedes that he decided he wanted, so he could drive back into town and show her what he'd made of himself. And you know, that drove him to success. But you know, he said that by the time he actually got the Mercedes, he wasn't actually bothered. He'd met a girl, he'd got a wife, he'd got a family, and you know, he achieved that goal, and it just seemed, you know, stupid. But obviously that drove him. So you only need one thing, you know, and hopefully for anyone, that's, you know, that may be your family. You know, it may be you wanting to, you know, you may want to put on weight for summer, you may want to lose weight for summer, you know, you may just want to be healthier, you may have seen someone's health in your family erode, whatever it be. You just need one thing to push you forward and to make that decision that you're going to be amazing at something. You know, whether that be life or looking after yourself or earning money, whatever it be, it doesn't matter, you know, because your dream's your dream, and we should never compare our dreams to anybody else. You know, because some people may want money, you know, but the fact that you may not want money, that's absolutely up to you, and nobody can take that away or say it's any better or worse than anyone else. So guys that are on at the moment, you know, flick us a message, say hello, let me know that you're on here. Again, if you come on regularly, please do share it while you're watching. Maybe flick me some thumbs up, let me know who's on here at the moment. Hey Jody, hey Carolyn, hey Helen, hey Lisa, hey Simon, hey Ian, how you going, mate? Yeah, so fantastic to have you on, guys. And I'll say, there, you know, once you've got that mission, you know, so important for everybody, for all of us, you know, to not allow anything to stand in the way of you once you start on your path. You know, Tony Robbins says, you know, don't allow anything to get in the way of your mission. You know, it's so important that once you start, once you define your dreams, once you've got something that you want to achieve, you know, so important, and so commonly, so many of us get that taken off track by life, that what it is that you want becomes ingrained into your life. You know, that it becomes what you live and breathe to do. You know, so again, we see so many people around that might be, you know, they're sports fans, or the sport, you know, they're into the sports, or, you know, people are into their arts, people are into whatever they are, and in their leisure time, absolutely pursue that, you know, with grit and determination, and their whole life circulates around it, which is fantastic, and totally that's what they should be doing, because that way it makes them happy. You know, but I'd ask everybody at this point to ask themselves that question. You know, what is it that is your dream and your passion? In fact, put it in the box here. You know, type into your box, what is it that's your passion? And say whether or not you're doing it at the moment. Tell me if you're pursuing it. You know, what is your passion? I know for me, and I'll put my hands up. You know, I've been that focused on creating the life that I wanted for myself, that my passions have gone to the wayside. I've allowed them to do. You know, only at the moment I'm building up bit by bit to really pushing forward again with my health and you know, my sports and my fitness. You know, I was an England athlete, and over the last couple of years with the business and with, you know, I've had an issue with my back. It's fallen away, and that habit is eroded, and that's a habit now which is becoming, you know, again, the focal point of my life. You know, I've achieved what I want to achieve pretty much with my business. Now you look and go, well, you know, I've got to get my health back. You know, so what is it that you want to achieve? You know, would it be the business? Would it be financial? Would it be your health? You know, what is it that you want to achieve, and how do you make that your absolute mission? How do you make it so that nothing will stand in the way of that? And this is what these calls are all about. Is really try and bring that to the front so that you can identify what it is that's most important to you. So pop it in the box here, you know, and if you haven't got it right now, if you need to really think about these things, again, we do some great goal setting seminars, so it'd be fantastic to have you come on, and we'll try and help you set some goals and really figure out what it is that's most important to you. Who said here? Carolyn here said to share her love of healthy food and help people turn their health around. I get to do this with all of her foodie workshops, you know, and that's amazing. You know, Carolyn there's got an absolute passion for helping people to be healthy, and I know I work with Carolyn. You know, she's building a whole life around educating people to be healthy. You know, her mission is to educate people, but what she's doing is meeting new people, doing new things, including different things into her life and into her business that allow everything to circulate around that. You know, and it absolutely drives her. She's mad passionate about it. You know, so how do you create that in your life? How do you make that? You know, and I think a big thing that comes up commonly for us, for within our business, within the people that we coach, is commonly the people around us that make it quite difficult. You know, again, guys, if you've got negative people around that you find do make it quite difficult for you, if you've got family members who don't support you, or if you find that you've got things going on in the family that really stop you from pursuing the things that you want, you know, post in here, comment, say, you know, that's me. You know, all too commonly, it's the people that are closest to us that we really love the support who actually stop us from being able to progress forward. You know, it's really important there to try and take away the influence of those negative people in our life. You know, we probably know who we are. As you sat there, you're probably thinking about the people who it is that may not be supporting you, that may not be helping you. You know, that may be hindering you from doing this, and it may not be a negative manner. It might be just the fact that people are, you know, they need that attention. It might be your kids, it might be your husband. You know, I know there's husbands out there that we've got people that work with us that literally do not let them work on their business, do not let them go out and get fit and healthy because they want them with them at all times. You know, it's really obviously a difficult thing, but what we need to do, and what I really encourage anybody to do, you know, is really find a way that it can work so that you can build a life around you. Because, you know, what we don't want is to spend your life miserable and unhappy because you're not being able to nourish your soul. You know, and the thing that we really work with a lot is really helping to build your time and structure to give yourself the ability to find the time to make the things happen that you want to happen. You know, so with your kids, your partners, anything like that, how do you structure your day so that you can allow yourself time in the day, once a week, however often it be, once a month, so that you can have time out and explain to the people in your life that this is going to be my time. You know, this is mum's time, this is dad's time, where I'm actually going to be going, and you know, you might be taking a class, you might be getting to the gym, you know, maybe working on your business, whatever it be. You know, but ensuring that the negative people or the people that stop you from moving forward, that you're controlling your life so that they're not able to do that. Hey Sue, hi Tim. Guys, again, as you're coming on, do say hi so that I know I can see the people that are on here, but a lot of the time I don't know who it is unless you say hello. So please do say hello, and as I say, if you like this, tag someone in, share it. If you watch these regularly, please do share it. It really does help us to get out there. So yeah, you know, we say we are the sum average of the 5 people we hang around the most. You know, so the people that are in your life, how are they affecting your life at the moment? You know, are your friends inspiring you? Are your friends helping you to move forward? Are your friends helping you with your health goals or with your business goals? You know, how are these people around you assisting you, or are they holding you back? You know, and very commonly what we really encourage people to do is to move forward and start to, if your circle of friends aren't necessarily inspiring you and helping you, you know, to go and find some people who do. You know, to go and find the people who will actually help you to move forward, that will help you to learn new skills, that will encourage you within what you want. And the great thing about the world out there today is you don't have to meet people in person. You know, Facebook is an absolutely fantastic model. You know, LinkedIn, Instagram, any of these things, it's easy to find people that would share your passions. You know, whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's health related, you know, whether it's business, whether it's artistic, you know, whether it's you've got an interest in cars or whatever it be, there's people out there who will help and inspire and encourage you. You know, that may put you in touch with information, may give you some tips as to how best to go about doing whatever it is you want to do. But all you need is your dream, and to start taking that action. You know, to move forward and to move past the things that have stopped us before, to move past the failures of before. You know, failure and fear is all too commonly what holds people back. And as people, the people that are around us, that can be a real drain. But for a lot of us also, there's fears. There's remembering past failures. There's remembering past hurts. You know, with what's holding you back at the moment, again, you know, I'd love you to think about what it is that stops you. You know, when you start to think about moving forward with your goals, what's that feeling in your stomach? What is that feeling? And what is it saying? You know, and is it a thought and a memory? Is it a thought and a memory of a past hurt? You know, what is it that's stopping you? You know, there's a fantastic quote there again that I really like, and that says, "You're responsible how long you let a hurt haunt you." You know, you're responsible for how long you let the past hurt haunt you. You know, and when you put that into context and think, well, you know, there's so many things that have happened in all of our lives that have been difficult, that have been trying, that we've had hurts, that we've had people let us down. You know, we might have been embarrassed, we might have lost money. You know, but those things are in the past. You know, we can remember them forever. But are you going to let them be something that holds you back forever? That stop you from ever actually moving forward and taking some action towards your dreams? You know, all too commonly, again, it's things that happened, or commonly things that haven't even happened to you personally, but we've seen happen to other people. You know, these things hold us back. You know, and quite commonly you look and go, what the risk of having a failure quite commonly is so low versus the reward that can be handed when you put some effort in. You know, when you achieve that health goal, when you achieve that monetary goal, you know, health goals are so common. You know, so often people will say, you know, when we're doing health coaching, and people will say, oh, I tried before, I tried to diet, I tried to lose weight before, but I didn't manage it, so I've just given up, I just don't try anymore. You know, and in reality, it all comes down to consistency. It all comes down to the point at which we consistently make it our mission to achieve our goal. You know, everybody knows that from a health point of view, you know, with weight loss especially, you know, a small amount of improvement every single day, and it's only a matter of time. You know, and that's the same with absolutely anything. Small measurable progress every single day, and you can achieve anything. You know, if you have a business, obviously we work a lot in the space of helping people with online businesses, and all too commonly, people give up too easily. You know, people think to themselves, oh, I didn't succeed previously, so I'm not going to be able to succeed now. And give themselves a couple of months and give up. You know, and if you went out, you know, if you ask those people, if you went out to try and be an electrician or to be a plumber or to be a graphic designer or anything like that, and tried for a couple of months and then gave up, saying, you know, you can't do it, you know, who would be able to learn the skills like that? You know, so within your life, how are you applying that same consistency to everything that you want to achieve? Are you making your dreams a priority enough that you ensure that you do it? And then are you committing for long enough to make sure that it happens? You know, is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years, 10 years, would that commitment, would the sacrifice for that period of time be worth it? You know, if it's a health goal, a weight goal, you know, to lose 10 or 20 kilos or whatever it be that people commonly want to lose, that they stay at that weight for a decades, and say that whole time they want to be skinnier, but yet their actions don't align with that. You know, same with your business or your relationships. It all takes work. Diane said there that there's other people more experienced than she is, and why would anyone want to hear it from her? There's something massive. Diane's saying there, something that holds her back in with herself and her business, that there's other people more experienced and more knowledgeable than she is, and why would anyone want to hear it from her? And you know how I respond to that? And the same thing when I started in the online space, I looked at it and I thought, some of the lessons that I've learned and some of the inspirations that I've had from other people around me haven't necessarily always been from the person who's been the most knowledgeable or experienced. It's been from people that I related to, that I sometimes looked at them and thought, wow, like, you're not much better than me. You're not much older than me. You're not much richer than me. I don't think you're necessarily, this amazing person, but yet you just said has literally changed my life. Now, that made me decide that whatever it is that I might say, in the way in which I interpreted it, could literally change somebody's life. And it does. Like the message is commonly people watch these and don't comment or don't message. But every so often somebody does. And something that's been said that may have been a throwaway comment, that may have been something that I might have come off camera and thought, well, I don't think that was the greatest of videos. You get a message off someone saying, hey, do you know what you just said there has really flicked a switch for me, it's changed my life. And people do, they send you private messages but don't comment. Which is why I always ask everyone to comment and say hello, that at least know they're on here. But why I say that you or anybody, not necessarily being the expert, you just never know how you can improve or change somebody's life just by being the person who's there at the right time. There's a great saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I think that's true for books. Seemingly, when you're thinking about something, a book appears, or you watch a video, or something comes up that really does align with what you've been thinking about, and you grow from it. So anybody, and the whole thing about coaching or whatever you want to be. You want to be an artist, you want to be a sports person, you want to be anything. All you've got to be is passionate about what you do, and somebody out there will appreciate it. And as a coach or anything like that, if you're trying to help people, all you need to do is know a little bit more than they do, and teach them something that they don't know. And you're as successful as a coach of anyone. You might not need to be Tony Robbins. As a golfer, you might not need to be Tiger Woods to just help someone be a little bit better. That's why I say, comparison is a killer of so many things. When we compare ourselves to other people, it commonly makes us really sad, because what we do is we create this perfect person based on all the good bits of so many people, and what we're doing is we're picking the good bit, but we don't look at all the bad stuff about other people. And so commonly we've created this person that's unachievable. You look at Beyonce and there's all these quotes, what would Beyonce do? Beyonce's a fantastic dancer, she's great looking, she dresses well, she's got an amazing voice. She might be awful in the kitchen. She might be grumpy as hell, her feet may stink. You look and go, she may not be very good at a whole heap of things. But to what you see, she's like this perfect person. But realistically, you look and go, for any one of us, there's no one that's perfect. And when we compare ourselves to other people, it's a game that you cannot win. It's a stick that we continually beat ourselves with, that we really shouldn't. Because everybody's got their faults, and you're absolutely perfect for who you are, for exactly what you're meant to do. There's a great quote from Einstein. It said, if a fish spent its whole life judging itself on its ability to climb a tree, it would spend its life thinking it's a failure. If a fish spent its entire life judging itself on its ability to climb a tree, it would spend its whole life thinking it's a failure. Because a fish isn't meant to climb a tree. Obviously, I don't need to explain that, but you look and go, you're meant to do exactly what you're meant to do, in a different way to somebody else. Because there's tuna and there's sardines and there's whatever other fish, there's thousands of them, right? and they all do something very different, and they've all got their own job. So you're perfect for exactly who you are. So it's so important not to try and compete with other people. So hey Jackie, hey Pina, hey Lauren. Again guys, as you're jumping on, please do say hello, flip me some likes. You know, maybe if you watch these, do share it out so other people can see this as well. It helps other people to see. So yeah, there's some really good quotes that I like. If you've seen the movie, it's like a movie documentary called Finding Joe. There's some great quotes in that, you know, and I think stepping forward with our lives is you know, it's commonly a case of just getting past that fear and having the courage to make the change and have the courage to step outside of the norm and let people judge you for what you're doing and let people see that you're doing something, and you may succeed, you may fail. I believe you never fail until you give up, but commonly it's about courage and getting started and not caring about what other people think. You know, and in this film Get Joe, he says, courage is not the lack of fear, but moving forward in spite of fear. Dealing with your fear, facing it, getting up again when you get knocked down, building strength against life's challenges. You know, and that to me is so important, because so many of us, you know, we're constrained in a box by fear, and fear, you know, when you look at it, and you know, there's the acronym false evidence appearing real. Most of the things that we're scared of, like, they don't actually affect our lives. You know, most of the things we're scared of, it won't make you poor, it won't cause you physical harm, no one will die, nothing will really happen. It's like it's the court of opinion, and most likely people who their opinions don't in any way affect your life, and they're just a nothing. And yet we spend our whole life restricted because of that. You know, in the film, again, in Finding Joe, he talk about bliss, follow your bliss. And we spent a long time trying to figure out, like we talked about joy compass and various other things, and we got to the point, it's bliss. And it was when I watched the film Finding Joe, I came to that bliss, that point of just being happy. You know, and success doesn't necessarily have to mean having loads of money. It doesn't have to mean having fancy cars. Like I said right at the start, you know, your point of happiness could just be being able to be a stay-at-home mom. It could just be the fact that you've managed to pay off your house, or you know, you can even just live in the house that you want to live in and have one where the kids can run, and that might be it. You know, you may want millions of dollars, you may want the house, the car, the life, you know, that's absolutely fine. Everyone's got their own goals, but what is it that makes you happy? You know, and what is that point of bliss, and are you moving towards it? You know, and that's the question every day. Are you making some steps towards it? And even if you need to do some stuff to get yourself prepared to start to do whatever it is that you want to do, are you starting to put some plans in place? Are you breaking down what you want to do into some tasks and going, right, these are the things that I need to do in order to do this? You know, because, I mean, I hate that word overwhelm, right? But overwhelm is a killer of dreams. And say all the time, how do you eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time. And so important to take those steps, one step at a time. Just moving towards your dreams, having the courage to start. Not thinking about the end, not thinking about the failure. You know, another quote from Finding Joe, when you follow your bliss, the universe will open doors for you where previously there were only walls. And when you follow your bliss, the universe will open doors for you where previously there were only walls. You know, this is called flow. A lot of people talk about the flow, getting in the flow. You know, and this is what it's about. When you start to do what you're meant to do, when you start to do what your spirit wants, and you know, you follow your own intuition, the world will get out of your way, the world will help you, and you will get into flow. You know, all you've got to do is start. And that's commonly the thing that we don't do in the first place. People talk and they don't start, or they start but, you know, they quickly stop. You know, and you know, every great journey starts with the very first step. But you've got to keep walking. You know, we've all seen Nemo, be like Dory. You know, just keep swimming. I say that all the time. Like, be like Dory, be like Frodo. You know, he took a big journey and he just kept walking, right? Wasn't really sure where he was going at first. He just went. You know, so we've just got to start. But I'm mindful we're at the end of our 30 minutes, and I did say 30 minutes. If you've come on late, guys, come on late, please do say hello. Please do let me know that you've come on and watched. Flick me some likes, tag someone in, maybe give us a share us out. It'd be awesome if you shared it so that other people might see. But 2 quotes that I want to kind of finish with here. One that I heard a little while ago. All that you are and all that you do, remember, there's no one in this world greater than you. You know, I love that. You know, all that you are and all that you do, remember, there's no one in this world greater than you. You know, you are worth it. I say all the time, choose you. Choose to choose you. Love yourself. Because there's only one you, and you only get one life. I mean, that's obviously a different opinion on that with reincarnation and that kind of stuff. But I just say in this instance, you get one life. You know, you have to put yourself first. Because you don't want to get to old age and have all those regrets that commonly people have. If you stop and think now and go, whatever age you are now, what are the things that you regret? Maybe stop and write them down and just look and think how you really feel about them. And if you could go back in time to the point at which you have that regret, would you give up what you've got now to go back in time and you know, take one way instead of the other? And the great thing is, at this point now, with what you've got ahead, if you see where your life is going and you're not too keen on where the destination is, you've got the ability to change. But every day that you don't change, you're stepping further away, and the one thing we don't get back is time. So the last quote I'd like to leave you on, this is from Bruce Almighty. Morgan Freeman says this. He says, you want a miracle? Be the miracle. You want a miracle? Be the miracle. And I know that so many people lie in bed or sit at work and daydream or drive around and, you know, how I do it. And you wish and you think, you know, of how things could be. And for that to happen, it would be magic. It would be a miracle. I know some people are in some awful situations that look so hard to get out of. But be the miracle. I believe we can create almost anything in our lives. There's some things that obviously would really be pushing the boundaries of expectation. I don't think I could ever be a pro basketballer. You know, there's various things I couldn't be. I'd never be a pop star. But within the realms of normality, you can be almost anything. And all you've got to do is believe and put some action into work to move towards that dream. And I truly believe magical things can happen. And I really hope that, you know, maybe from this it may inspire you to do so, or maybe keep watching these and at some point you'll get the confidence to do so, or contact us and we'll see if we can help you at some point to build a bit of a plan and move forward. So always do feel free, reach out. I'm always happy to help anybody that I can. So do reach out. But guys, that's it for me tonight. As always, thank you so much for coming on. If you've liked it, say thank you, say goodbye, tag someone in that you think needs to see this. Again, maybe give me a share, hit the share button, share it on your wall, let some other people see this. And again, thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful evening. I'll speak to you all next week. Bye for now.